All right, the next race that we will see on our screens is the men's under 17 4 with coxswain. And again, we're running through the B finals of these under 17 boat classes. And that's what this is. It's a B final. 6 boats across, places 7 through 12 in the country as they start to come into your picture. And they start to come past the halfway point already. In lane 1, we have Saugatuck, lane 2, St. Joe's Prep, lane 3, Cincinnati, lane 4, Green Lake, lane 5, Milwaukee, and in lane 6 is Wilson High School. And you're seeing them come through. It looks like Green Lake is slightly in the lead ahead of Cincinnati Juniors and Saugatuck, but it's very close. Look at that race up front. It is so close between Green Lake and Cincinnati. It's maybe a seat separating the two. And then you've got a tremendously close race as well for 3rd, 4th, and 5th place. You got 3 boats connected in Saugatuck, St. Joe's Prep, and Milwaukee.
Such a battle going on between Green Lake and the Cincy Juniors up at the top of the course. You see them just trading punches one stroke at a time with the advantage changing. Green Lake may be able to keep that advantage just slightly, although not, Cincy Juniors really right there with them, kind of depending who's putting the blade in the water up at the front and where they're at in the stroke. Coming through the 750 then, it looks like Green Lake starting to have an answer for Cincinnati Juniors and breaking away.
Yeah, sorry, it was not halfway. It was 500 meters when I was talking there, but it is Green Lake half a length. So they have put a charge into it, and like you said, they've decided, all right, we're going to take a move here. We're going to get a little bit more of a lead. Coxswain in the trailing boat, the Cincinnati Juniors boat that's sitting in 2nd place, has got to, at a minimum, let his rowers know where they stand with respect to Green Lake and that move that they just took. And they're going to try to latch on if you are Cincinnati Juniors and try to go down the course and then find some speed later on maybe in this race course at Nathan Benderson Park. But also we've got just still a very close, you're going to see as they come through 1,000 how close it is behind these 2 that are out front. And it looks like that black boat in lane 6 from Wilson High School is still hanging on to 3rd place, but barely over both Saugatuck and St. Joe's Prep. And then sitting in 6th place is Milwaukee, but they are connected with those other boats. So here they come, and they got to reset at 1,000. It's Green Lake ahead of Cincinnati Juniors, and then a big-time dogfight going on behind them.
Yeah, a nice push from Green Lake, as we saw just before the halfway point, puts them in a position that's not quite 1 length ahead of the Cincinnati Juniors, but they're on their way to do that. Credit to Cincy. Cincy's keeping their bow right in it. So you can see over the past 10, 15 strokes, margins between these 2 crews have not changed. Neither one is willing to budge, and Green Lake doing everything they can to break out. Cincy staying with them, and in fact, Cincy maybe with a little bit more to give. Those are our 2 leaders. We see them at the top of the field with the overhead graphic, and then quite the battle going on just behind them. So a nice look then out of lanes 1, 2. We see 3, 4 are our leaders, then over to 4 and 5 with Saugatuck on the outside lane of lane 1. But for now, looking back then at the leaders, that's Cincy and Green Lake. Green Lake managed to get a little bit seat or 2 over Cincy since we last checked in.
So this is the B final, as you see on the graphic top right, B final of the men's under 17 4 with coxswain at our 2021 USRowing Youth National Regatta. And it continues to be Green Lake out of Seattle, the Seattle area out in front. It's maybe a half a length, so not a terribly comfortable lead for Green Lake ahead of Cincinnati Juniors just to their right in lane 3. And then it's getting even closer because I think that Wilson High School, who's been sitting in a solid 3rd place, is starting to get tracked down now by St. Joe's Prep in lane 2. And also connected with Prep is the boat in lane 1 from Saugatuck. So it's a great race up front that's getting closer, and it is a great race for 3rd, 4th, and 5th place as they come into the last 500 meters. You're seeing the split times. It's Green Lake, and you can see their advantage is about a half a length.
St. Joe's Prep then running 3rd, Green Lake out in front, then the Cincinnati Juniors. So Cincy will do everything they can as they approach the final 250 meters to get their bow ahead of Green Lake. It looks like Cincy with a bit of a push. Green Lake able to hold them off. We can see Prep just on the left-hand side of the screen maintaining that 3rd place position in this B final. But at the top of the pack, it's becoming a real race. Green Lake had almost a length advantage. Cincy has eaten back into that, and it's 250 to go.
Yeah, the rowing maybe a little bit smoother in the Cincinnati boat, but there is sheer power in that Green Lake boat, and they're holding them off 20 strokes to the line here for these fours in the B final, the men's under 17 four with Coxon. What's going to happen? Is it going to get closer? Does Cincinnati have another gear that they haven't found yet? Is it going to be enough in these last 15 or so strokes as the rain starts to come down here at Nathan Benderson Park in Sarasota, Florida? This is going to come right down to the tape because we do have Cincinnati moving now on Green Lake up front, and then it's so close. Wilson High School still in the mix there, along with St. Joe's Prep for third and fourth place. Connected with them is a boat from Milwaukee that's found some speed in the last 500, but it's coming down to it, and they better get ready with the camera yet again at the finish line because it's going to come right down to the line. Oh, wow. Maybe a couple of feet to my eye for Green Lake, just ahead of Cincinnati Juniors, and then it's up there. Oh, another photo finish for third place. Too close for me to call between St. Joe's Prep and Wilson High School, just ahead of Milwaukee and Saugatuck. What a race. 2 photo finishes in one race is about as good as it gets as the Florida weather and the heavens start to open up on us here, and we're starting to see some rain come down. But you know, this is a water sport, Colleen, and they may be getting water in a different way coming from the sky, but we still have beautiful flat water for them to row in.
Yeah, it's a dramatic ending to the men's B final that we just saw go by. It was St. Joe's Prep to snag that third place position over Wilson High School. We saw Wilson charging at the end, but they were able to hold